A murder suspect is still on the loose after he posted his crime on Facebook. Police are narrowing down where he could be.
Voting for the SA presidential election opened today. How students can vote for their preferred candidate.
Lots of sunshine in Syracuse today, but not for much longer. I'll tell you when you can expect rain clouds to be rolling in and my full weather forecast. Citrus TV News starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Voting for the 2017 SA presidential election is now open. Good evening, I'm Amico.
And I'm Brooke Glatz. The candidates for SA president are James Franco and Tyler Rossi, alongside their respective running mates Angie Patty and Roy Tin.
Franco and Rossi clashed in two separate debates where they discussed issues including the sanctuary campus bill.
Comptroller and college assemblies are also up for election.
Students can vote by logging on to MySlice and selecting the option to vote. The 5th annual Cripping the Comic Con is happening this Saturday in the Shine Student Center. The event looks to promote productive conversation on how disability is represented in mainstream culture. This year, Cripping the Comic Con will feature a concert co-sponsored by the Student Disability Union and Disability Cultural Center. The event is free and open to the public.
Pride Union held its second annual clothing swap this past Saturday at the Hall of Languages. Students could take whatever items they liked if they brought 2 clothing items in for donation. There was also food for students who came. The club is dedicated to supporting the LGBTQA students in the SU community.
Not much recognition for LGBTQA students on this campus because of just the way the institution works. So I think it's really important to offer those services to marginalized students who need it and to build a sense of community for them because it's lacking on the campus significantly. So I think it's really important to do that for them and to put these options out for them for things they can do. So I think it's really important work and really great for the people and the students on campus.
A Syracuse resident was pronounced dead today after being shot yesterday. Winben Goddard died late last night after being shot in the back around 5 p.m. on Lodi Street. According to Syracuse police, the suspect has not yet been found.
Governor Andrew Cuomo announced today that the New York State Police issued over 15,000 tickets to counter texting and driving between April 6th and 10th. The annual Operation Hang Up campaign targeted drivers who use electronic devices while behind the wheel. Cuomo reinforced his administration's zero-tolerance stance on distracted driving and commended state troopers for their part.
Syracuse University's STEM program has received a grant to recruit and retain students from underrepresented groups. CitrusTV reporter David Edelstein spoke with professors and students in the STEM program to find out the importance of the additional money.
Science, technology, engineering, and math. That's what STEM stands for, both literally as an acronym and as an educational program.
Knowledge of STEM is critical to just being a knowledgeable and informed citizen.
And just as important as STEM to Syracuse University is diversity, something that STEM has lacked over the years.
Part of the problem, the big challenge at the national level, is really trying to attract and then retain a diverse pool of students in STEM fields.
But now the National Science Foundation has awarded the SU STEM program nearly $1 million to tackle the problem. Tillotson says the money will be used to search nationwide for talented students from low-income backgrounds and underrepresented groups.
The grant is worth nearly $1 million over 3 years. But for STEM, the grant is less about the money and more about bringing diversity to the Syracuse campus.
Tillotson says the grant allows SU STEM to provide 30 minority students with the monetary and instructional support they need to achieve success.
In order to improve our world, in order to improve our ecosystems, in order to improve our societies and our governments, I think we need as many people as possible.
We want to be with them every step of the way, helping them academically, socially, and professionally to develop the skills and knowledge that they'll need to be successful. We're trying very hard to partner them up with other like-minded students who come from similar backgrounds who are going to be going through the same experiences as new STEM learners on campus.
Tillotson added that while this grant is geared for targeting biology and chemistry students over the next 3 years, the hope is that the Syracuse STEM program will get another grant in the future to reach out to students in more STEM fields over a longer period of time. David Edelstein, Citrus TV News.
Tillotson also says that this grant goes beyond the STEM program alone. He says it further helps further goals of the entire university, such as diversifying the student body, developing rich learning communities for students, and developing professional skills for students to use after college. The Easter weekend was marked with high temperatures and plenty of sunshine.
Rebekah Castor is here in studio with us to tell us if this nice weather will stick around this week. Rebekah?
Thanks, Alex and Brooke. Yes, it was definitely a beautiful Easter weekend here in Syracuse, and the sunshine is continuing today. Right now we're at about 52 degrees, and that sunshine and clear skies are going to stick with us this evening. And tonight we'll see a low at about 34 degrees. Tomorrow morning, sunshine as well. At about 8 a.m., you'll see temperatures hitting 39 degrees, and it's going to warm up throughout the day. So all you got to do is grab a light jacket before you head out tomorrow morning, because we'll be seeing some light winds throughout the day tomorrow as well. But rain is also coming our way this week, and I'll tell you when you can expect those showers to roll in, and my full weather forecast coming up on Citrus TV News.
Coming up, the investigation on the Facebook murderer continues. Find out which states police are targeting in the manhunt.
And in Turkey, President Erdogan gained some unprecedented executive powers after a controversial referendum was held yesterday. Don't go away.
Story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Alex Amico, Brooke Glatz, and Rebekah Castor with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
The search for the suspected killer who posted a Facebook video of himself shooting a man is ongoing. Police have now extended the search to 5 states, including Pennsylvania and New York. There's also a $50,000 reward being offered to anyone who has information that could lead to his capturing.
The police believe 37-year-old Steve Stevens may have left Ohio after the shooting in Columbus. Stevens shot 79-year-old Robert Godwin Sr. while the elderly man was on a walk to collect discarded aluminum cans.
Police have stated that Godwin is Stevens' only victim, despite the suspect's claim that he has killed 15 people. Both the video of the killing and Stevens' Facebook page have been removed from the site.
We don't know where he's at. The last location we actually had him at was at the homicide at 93rd Street, just north of St. Clair. Anything else right now is kind of speculation. Again, we have investigations going all over this country trying to pinpoint his actual location.
Lawyers for the state of Arkansas continue to fight a legal battle today to begin a series of double executions.
The case is ongoing because an important sedative in lethal injections expires at the end of the month. A state judge stopped the officials from using the drug until he knew whether Arkansas obtained it legally.
Despite the questions remaining, executions may still happen tonight. The drug supply expires on April 30th, and there is no source for additional doses.
30,000 runners participated in the 121st Boston Marathon today. There were separate events for mobility impaired runners.
Kenya's Edna Kiplagat took the women's race, while Jeffrey Karoui beat American Galen Rupp to win the men's event. SU alum Catherine Switzer also participated in the event, making 50 years since she became the first woman to enter the marathon.
Switzer will be speaking at SU on the 25th.
Vice President Mike Pence is traveling in Asia today, confirming U.S. commitment to South Korea.
Pence says that all options are on the table in dealing with North Korea, who launched and exploded a missile in a test on Sunday. However, the White House says not to expect any red lines to be drawn in regards to North Korea's behavior.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and President Trump have both been in talks with China, hoping they will put pressure on North Korea. Vice President Pence visited the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea today, telling the North Koreans directly they're under watch.
Over the past 18 months, North Korea has conducted 2 unlawful nuclear tests and an unprecedented number of ballistic missile tests, even conducting a failed missile launch as I traveled here for this visit. The era of strategic patience is over.
Turkey's main opposition party is urging the country's electoral board to cancel the results of their last referendum.
The referendum in question would grant the president various new abilities and allow him to remain in power in Turkey for a decade. The opposition party cites substantial voting irregularities as their reason to cancel the referendum.
This is due to the fact that the electoral board agreed to accept ballots that did not have official stamps, making voter fraud a bigger possibility.
Over 8,000 refugees were rescued from smuggler boats in the Mediterranean over the weekend.
Rescuers worked nonstop for 3 days to transfer the refugees to Italian ships. Italy's Coast Guard and private organizations conducted over 13 search and rescue operations.
Many migrants will be granted asylum once they reach Italian shores, but some may have to return to their countries of origin.
The Russian Federal Security Service has arrested a suspect in connection to the St. Petersburg subway bombing.
The service says the suspect is a male of Central Asian origin and was arrested outside Moscow. The man is believed to have helped organize the bombing.
9 people have now been arrested for having some part in the bombing.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Lots of sunshine in Syracuse today and temperatures in the mid to upper 50s across central New York. Syracuse is looking at 52 degrees currently, and Cortland's at 54, and Ithaca's hitting 57 degrees. Taking a closer look at Syracuse tonight at about 7 p.m. we'll be at 56 degrees, and temperatures will decrease throughout the night, getting to 39 degrees at about 3 a.m. Clear all night, so if you have plans to be out this evening, you won't have to worry about any rain or grabbing your umbrella before you head out. It should be clear all night, and we'll just see some light wind, so definitely grab a jacket before you head out this evening. Tomorrow, we're also looking at another day of sunshine. It's going to be pretty similar to the weather we saw today. We'll have a high of 59 degrees, and we'll also see light winds tomorrow as well. So definitely still grab that heavier jacket before you head out tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening is when we can see a slight chance of rain moving in, and those rain showers are going to affect us for Wednesday through Friday. And so we'll see rain off and on later this week. Your lows this week were pretty up and down. Today was the coldest we're going to see this week, which is exciting. The lowest today was 34 degrees. Throughout the rest of this week, we're having lows in the 40s. So definitely we won't be below freezing. So that's going to mean your snow chance this week is pretty low. We will be seeing rain showers, but not any snow flurries because we'll be above freezing. And then we're going to have sunshine come in this weekend. And taking a look at our 5-day forecast, there's all that rain that I was talking about. Wednesday, we're going to have showers come in with a 70% chance of rain. And then we'll be having rain showers off and on Wednesday through Friday. And then Saturday, we'll see that sunshine pop back in with a high of 58 degrees.
All right, so Rebekah, with all this rain and the temperatures rising up, are we going to expect to see some flood warnings, maybe some thunderstorms coming up soon?
Thursday is the day that we would be most concerned about flood warnings. We're going to have some heavy thunderstorms on Thursday, but for Wednesday and Friday, just some light rains off and on throughout the day.
All right.
Thank you, Rebekah.
Coming up, new possibilities for combating cancer, how a household painkiller could help reduce the risk of dying from the illness.
And after the United Airlines incident, Delta is offering their customers lucrative bonuses if they voluntarily give up their seats on overbooked flights. Stay tuned.
Got a quarter?
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
There may be hope for the hedge fund industry. Profit margins have been on the decline, but the beginning of 2017 marks its best quarter in 4 years. Hedge funds are having trouble keeping investors interested for longer periods of time. Changes in strategy and planning have helped the industry in the last few months. However, despite these gains, hedge funds are still trailing the market.
Aspirin is more than just a pain pill. According to research at Harvard University, regular doses of aspirin may reduce the risk of dying from cancer. Of the 100,000 people who studied, 15% of men and 7% of women had lower mortality rates than when taking the drug. It had the strongest impact on colorectal cancer. Doctors suggest that you talk with a physician before taking the medicine daily.
And there are many drinks on the market that can be confused with water, and you can now add coffee to the list. A British-based company has created a transparent version of the beverage, the first of its kind to be made available to the public. The company claims its product will have health benefits, as the transparent liquid will not stain the teeth the way a typical cup of joe will. Creation methods and a full ingredient list have yet to be released.
And you don't need dirt to grow plants anymore. A California startup called Aquaponics is growing plants inside water. The plants rest in tubes that receive water directly to their roots and are fertilized with fish feces. This method is capable of using just 10% of the water that normal plants use and can grow 2 to 3 times faster.
Delta is increasing vouchers for overbooked flights. The airline will now offer up to $10,000 for people who voluntarily leave the plane when it is overbooked. This is a major increase from its previous highest offer of just over $1,000. Gate attendants will also be allowed to offer up to $2,000. This comes only days after the airline had to cancel 3,500 flights due to poor weather.
Move over Star Wars, a new opening weekend box office record has been set. The 8th installment of the Fast and Furious series made an estimated $530 million worldwide over the weekend. The Fate of the Furious beat Star Wars The Force Awakens by a little over $3 million. The next Fast and Furious movie is scheduled for sometime in 2019.
Both the men's and women's SU lacrosse teams took on UNC over the weekend. We have the thrilling highlights from Chapel Hill and all you need to know about the playoffs tonight. Stay with us.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly,
disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Good evening, I'm Lauren Walsh with Citrus TV Sports. A #1 rank, the ACC regular season title, and the #1 seed in the ACC tournament were all on the line for SU men's lacrosse this weekend. It was another close one for the Cardiac Cuse as #1 Syracuse took on #17 UNC for its regular season conference finale in Chapel Hill. This was the 23rd meeting between SU and UNC, two storied lacrosse programs. Ryan Simmons gets things started for the Orange. He scores unassisted, gives SU the 4-1 lead with time ticking down in the first quarter. Into the second, William McBride for UNC goes solo and gets one past Evan Malloy. UNC takes the 6-4 lead. Now in the fourth quarter, Luke Goldstock finds a cutting Tanner Cook for the man-up goal. UNC leads 11-7. Cuse has some ground to make up. Just 2 minutes left in the fourth. Paolo Safari gets things going for Syracuse in the comeback. Scores on the coast-to-coast shot. Score is tied at 11. Syracuse had 35 ground balls on the day to UNC's 23. Now Nate Solomon's shot here gets saved by Brian Balcom to keep the game tied at 11. Now in overtime, somebody's got to do it in this sudden victory, and it's Sergio Salcido for Syracuse with the man-up goal and seals the 12-11 win for the Orange. Earlier in the day, the SU women's lacrosse team also tried its hand at the Tar Heels. The #11 Orange challenged defending national champion UNC. Last time Syracuse played North Carolina, Gary Gates' squad lost in overtime in the ACC tournament final. This time, SU looked to avenge that loss the last time they faced the Tar Heels in this Saturday afternoon matchup. That was Emily Harris-Chuck scoring for the Orange and giving the Cuse a 4-0 lead. Natalie Wellen scores with the assist from Cara Quimby, and Syracuse now leads 6-2. Ella Hazar scores for UNC all by herself here. But the UNC Tar Heels come back with a Sammy Jo Tracy goal. She ties it with the behind-the-back shot, all tied up at 7. Syracuse Allie Jimerson now finds Emily Harris-Chuck, another one for Harris-Chuck. Syracuse leads 9-7, and the Orange run away with the victory here. Mary Rahal sealing it 13-8. UNC comes back a little bit, but Syracuse wins in the end 13-11. While lacrosse is heating up, the Syracuse Chiefs are trying to get into the swing of things on the baseball field. Heading into yesterday's doubleheader, the Chiefs were riding a rough 2-6 start to the season. Syracuse split the day against the Rochester Red Wings, losing the first game 6-10 and winning the second 7-6. Chiefs pitcher Austin Voth struggled in Game 1, allowing 9 hits and 7 runs in just 3 innings. In Game 2, Syracuse brought the big bats with all 9 starters getting a hit. The Chiefs are back in action at home tomorrow against the Toledo Mud Hens. Over on the hardwood, only the best remain in the NBA playoffs. Game 2 gets underway tonight for the Cavs-Pacers series and the Grizzlies-Spurs matchup. 2 seeds Cleveland and San Antonio lead their respective series 1-0. No doubt all eyes will be on LeBron in his quest to represent the East for a 7th consecutive appearance in the NBA Finals. Popovich and the Spurs beat the Grizzlies last year in 4 games in round 1. Tonight, San Antonio will have to quiet Marc Gasol and Mike Conley, who combined for 45 points for Memphis in Game 1. The Cavs and Pacers get going at 7 o'clock, and the Grizzlies and Spurs tip off at 9:30. Even more playoff action takes place on the ice tonight. The Senators-Bruins series is tied 1-1. After a 2-game overtime loss, Boston looks to defend its home ice advantage. The Caps and Maple Leafs also face off at 7 in a 1-1 tied series. Next up at 9:30 is the Blackhawks and Predators. Nashville has a chance to take a 3-0 series lead over Chicago. The Ducks and Flames take the 10 o'clock slot. Anaheim took the first 2 at home, but now the Flames look to bounce back in Game 3 with home ice advantage in the Saddle Dome.
Thanks, Lauren. We'll be right back.
Game, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
What are you, superheroes?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
All right, Rebecca, so can you just give us a brief recap of what we can expect tomorrow?
Tomorrow's going to be pretty similar to what we saw today, a little chillier in the morning, going to warm up. Tomorrow we're going to have a high of 58 degrees and sunshine all day tomorrow, so definitely a day to look forward to.
And so once this rain rolls in, when are we going to start seeing the sunshine again after that?
Sunshine will come back this weekend. We're going to have quite a bit of rain showers Wednesday through Friday, but then that sun will come back behind the clouds on Saturday.
Perfect, just in time for banquet. Coming up next on OTN is Orange Press Pass, followed by Syracuse Unpeeled. Citrus TV Noticias is on at 7:30.
You can see the OTN schedule and all Citrus TV content on our website, CitrusTV.com. Well, the White House got into the Easter spirit today as President Trump kicked off the annual White House Easter egg roll.
The event was organized by First Lady Melania Trump, who emerged with her husband and the Easter Bunny to greet attendees. The Trumps made greeting cards for American soldiers and read children's stories before starting the egg roll.
Press Secretary Sean Spicer, who wore an Easter Bunny suit for the event as a member of the Bush administration, unfortunately did not bring the costume back for this year's event. I love the Easter egg roll. It's probably one of my favorite White House traditions that there is.
I know. You know, I've always wanted to go to one. We live so close to D.C. It's a shame that we never got to do it.
Yeah, maybe one day, but I mean, I'm definitely too old to actually participate in the roll now, which is really unfortunate.
We can still go as spectators.
Yeah,
It'll be
why
great.
not?
Well, that's all the time we had for today. Thanks for joining us.
For News 24/7, follow us on Twitter at Citrus TV News and visit our website, CitrusTV.com. I'm Amico.
And I'm Brooke Glatz. Have a great night, Syracuse.